Alright guys, so I hope everyone is doing well. The last time we talked about liquidity, right? So this is a continuation. Now when we talked about liquidity, there are some things that I needed to add to, of which will come later in this video. So today we are going to learn about candlestick formation. Right, so we are going to understand the open, the high, the low and close of candles. Okay, so we are going to learn about bullish and bearish candle, directional candle, reversal candle, and then indecision candle. So this is an example of a bullish candle, right? This is an example of a bullish and a bearish candle. So basically, in a bullish candle, we have the candle open low, right? So the candle opens low, right? So it moves and then makes it low, and then it moves higher, and then it closes, right? So this is the wick of the candle. This is the wick of the candle. So we have the high here, we have the low here, you have the open, right, and then you have the close. So a bullish candle opens low and closes high, so we call it the open low high close candle, right? Because it opens low, high, and then close. Do you get it? So when it gets to a bearish candle too, it's the same thing but the opposite. So the bearish candle opens higher, right? So when it opens, it makes its high. After establishing its high, it then comes on to create the body, make the low of that candle, and then it closes. So we call it the open high low close candle, right? The open high low close candle. So it means that when the candle opens, makes its high, makes the low, and then closes. That is a bearish candle. So this is the difference between the bearish candle and the bullish candle. So as we continue, now we have only 3 types of candles. Okay, in the market there are only 3 forms of candles that happens, right? We have the reversal candle, we have the directional candle, and the indecision candle. Any other candle formation that comes are all formations from these kind of candles. So we are going to talk about the reversal candle. What is the bearish reversal candle? The bearish reversal candle opens, right? It opens and then makes it high. So with a bearish reversal candle, we realize that the high of the wick, right, or the upper part of the candle creates a large wick, right? It creates a large wick, makes a small body, makes the low, and then closes, right? So when it opens, right, when it opens high, it then goes to make the high. So let's say it establishes its high in a fair value gap, or from another PDI, like another block. Do you get it? So any way that it forms, when it opens, it goes high. So any reversal candle has a larger wick, right, and then the body is very, very small relative to the wick. So with a bullish candle too, bullish reversal candle is also the same. With a bullish reversal candle, we have the wick of the candle being the larger part of the candle and the body being the smaller part of the candle. Do you get it? So when you see a reversal candle, then it indicates that the market is reversing. So normally we are going to say that this means the market is rejecting whatever level that it hits, right? So that means the market do not want to go below this level, right? And then this reversal candle is then going to support either higher prices, or if it's bearish, lower prices. So here's an example of a bullish reversal candle, right? So let's say this is the higher time frame candle that we have on the right side here, right? The higher time frame bullish reversal candle. Well, how does it look like in the lower time frame? So in the lower time frame, you see that the candle opens right here, right? The candle opens right here. Then it then goes on to make it low, right? So when the candle opens, it then goes on to make it low, comes up, right? And it changes state of delivery. We are going to talk about that. So it comes up and passes the open of that candle, right? So when you see the large higher time frame candle here, you realize that the market opens here, it then goes on to make this wick, right? So this wick in a higher time frame, in a lower time frame, are a series of candles that goes up and then moves out faster to create the reversal. So this reversal that we are seeing here are a series of candles, right, that moved sharply right from the open, right? It went to make it low, came up, and then went past the opening of that candle, right, the opening price, and then it went to make it high and then closes. Do you get it? Now an example of a bullish a bearish too, same thing but the opposite. The candle opens here, it then goes to make up that high, right? So after making that high, then comes back past the opening price of that candle, and then it goes on to make the low of that candle, and then it closes. So you can see in the higher time frame candle here, it opens right here, it goes up to make that high of that candle, comes back to make the low, and then closes. So you are going to realize that the body, right, the number of candles that created the body here are very, very small compared to the number of candles that created the wick. So you realize that the market took a long time to create this wick. So in actual sense, since it took a very long time to make this wick, it means that the number of time left in that specific time frame candle cannot create a larger body. So let's say if this is a 1 hour candle, it took almost, let's say it took almost 40 minutes or 45 minutes to create that wick, right, to establish the high. So the moment it comes past the opening of that candle, the time left, which will be around 15 minutes, won't be enough to actually create the body of the candle to make it a larger one. So in that sense, it's the next candle that's going to actually be, let's say, the expansion candle, right? So this is the reversal. This is how a reversal candle forms. And now we have the indecision candle, right? The indecision candle. What's an indecision candle? An indecision candle is a candle that doesn't show any direction, right? And normally it's a candle that the body forms in the middle or between two wicks that has the same or almost the same sizes, right? So looking at this wick right here, this is the bearish reversal. Sorry, this is a bearish indecision, and this is the bullish indecision. You see, they are almost the same. So since these two are almost the same, it means that you can't even specify what it wants to tell you, right? So it opens right here, right? It opens right here, and it makes that high. It takes a long time to make the high. It comes back and it takes another time to make the low, and then closes in the middle, almost at the same place that it opened. So this specific candle did not show where the market is actually going. It was neither a reversal candle or a directional candle. So we do not know what this candle is showing. So with a bullish example too, we have the market opening here, and then it makes it low right here, then goes up to make the high and comes to close here, once again almost as where it opened, showing no direction. So it's an indecision candle, and the advice is that when you see a candle like this, you do not trade, because it doesn't show you the direction of the market. So here's how an indecision candle forms in the lower time frame. So we have the higher time frame candle here to show you how it is relative to the lower time frame. So it opens right here. So this is the opening price of that candle. That thin line right here is the opening price of that candle. So you see, when it opens like that, it goes down. It then goes to create the high of that candle, right? So this a bullish one, right? So you see when it's opened, it first went down and then it came back up to create the high of that candle first, and then it came low again past the opening price to create the low of that candle, and then it moved past the opening price again to close. So you realize that the market did the same thing on both paths, right? It opened here, came down a little bit, went up right here, right? And then the moment you think the market is actually going up, it then reverses, right? So it reverses and then comes to create that low of that candle, and then now goes back again up. So these are the kind of candles that forms the consolidation candles, right? So normally you don't know where the price is going when these kind of candles forms. And we have the bearish example too. It opens right here, it then comes to create the low of that candle, moves up to create the high of that candle, and then comes back past the opening price to close again. So when the market opens here and then it closes near it, that shows that it's an indecision candle. So on the higher time frame, this is what the candle looks like. All right, so thank you guys very much. I hope it was quite an understandable what do we call it, session, right? So we move on to the next one, which is swing points, right? The swing points.